Well, the week is almost over and Mario Tennis Fever is officially out, so go ahead and get your tennis on. But I really don't have much to talk about with Mario Tennis yet. I'm still playing through it, so probably something tomorrow, potentially, maybe, probably, maybe not, I don't know. But yeah, we're still talking about this big rumored Nintendo Direct, and it's kind of what everybody's been talking about still. Because with Mario Tennis out of the way, we don't have too much more to look forward to. Next month we have Pokemon Pokopia, and we also have Mario Wonder Switch 2 Edition, which it's an older game, and then besides that, it's just Tomodachi Life, and that's pretty much all the last dates that we know, because we know nothing about Splatoon Raiders, Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave, or even Rhythm Heaven Groove, so we need some info, Nintendo. But a lot of people are looking at next week, potentially being our first Nintendo Direct of the year, and our first Switch 2 Direct of 2026, which is very exciting, because the last Nintendo Direct, it was kind of butt. I mean, it only really revealed Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave as the only real big new game coming out. Well, everybody's eyes are looking at next week simply due to one major source here, and that is Nash Weedle. Nash Weedle actually had a lot of information with Switch 2 so far. He's even called things like Donkey Kong Bonanza coming to Nintendo Switch, not the actual name of the game, but just he knew there was a big Donkey Kong game coming instead of 3D Mario. But real quick, hold it right there, buckaroo. Friendly warning, this is a warning. Do not go into this video thinking that this is going to happen without a doubt, and if it doesn't happen next week, oh, big bad Landon is in trouble. No, I'm warning you, stop. I am as excited for this Nintendo Direct as the next guy, especially with the rumors saying 3D Mario is going to be here. You know me. This is all I need in life, and I'm set. I can literally die happy. But with that said, I am taking every rumor, every supposed leak with a grain of salt. Unless it comes from Nin10doland, which is a 100% reliable leaker, then we're freaking winning big. But I'm already a little skeptical about this thing. And before I continue, let me tell you exactly what's being rumored right now from Nash Weedle. This is all translated and put into a nice little chart for us by Attack the Backlog. He's pretty much been the English-speaking translator for Nash, and he put everything in this little box so that way we can just look at everything that's currently happening. And this is all coming from Nash Weedle himself. Apparently there is a Monolith Soft project and a 3D Mario game coming. Both games will appear in a Nintendo Direct General. The source telling Nash about Mario is the same source who told him about DK Bonanza. This source, however, has not given Nash a timescale for the Direct General. This source, however, has told Nash that Mario will be this year's big game and it will appear in the General Direct. Nash has a number of sources saying the Direct will be in February, and a number of sources that say it will be in March, though one has since changed to now say February as well. That was in that March group. Nash has confidence in the third week of February, and it comes from a reliable source who has been very accurate before. So look, I'm under the boat right now where I don't even care when this Direct actually is, just the fact that it seems like 3D Mario is becoming more and more realistic, which I know, copium at the max, but man, it really just feels like Nintendo is gearing up for something big soon. They've even come out and stated in their last briefing that they wanted year 2 and year 3 to be very important to them, which would tell me that they have some big games coming up soon, because we really haven't had anything that I would call quote-unquote a big game since Donkey Kong Bonanza and Mario Kart World. That was back in June and July of 2025, so they're definitely due. But let's start off with the Monolith Soft and Mario thing. Both of these sound realistic, especially the Monolith Soft thing. We know Monolith Soft has been working on some project. Is it the next Xenoblade game? Is it a Xenoblade 2 Definitive Edition? Or is it some Zelda game, which they have worked on in the past? It's hard to say, but we know that they've been working on one or at least maybe even multiple projects at the same time, so we're probably going to see something regardless of what it is from them in this upcoming Direct, which just makes sense. But what about Mario? This Donkey Kong thing is what really has me. I remember very much expecting a 3D Mario for the Switch 2 Direct, and hearing even Nin10doland say that he wasn't expecting 3D Mario for the first year, and then of course Nash Weedle coming in saying no, there's going to be a big Donkey Kong instead of Mario game, and look what happened. It actually came true. We didn't get that Mario game, unfortunately, but we did get a really good Donkey Kong game, fortunately. But I don't know, man. This kind of gives me hope that if this source was actually right about Donkey Kong, which was a crazy call to start a Switch 2 instead of a new 3D Mario after almost 8 years, they instead went with a new 3D Donkey Kong game and got it right. I want to believe that maybe they know something about this one. Nin10doland is another reliable one to keep an eye on, because he may have not told us that a source has told him that a 3D Mario game is coming, but on his podcast he also predicted a 3D Mario game to be the big holiday title. And I don't know about this Nate fellow. He just so happened to predict that Mario wasn't going to be there year 1, and it just so happened to not happen, and he's doing it again saying it's going to be here this year. So if it happens, I don't know. Nate, I think you hinting at stuff here. But yeah, regardless, it actually could be potentially maybe perhaps time for 3D Mario. Oh my gosh, load me up on copium. Now what about that Direct? Well, his sources that were saying March are slowly starting to come over to the February idea. I think there's maybe like 1 or 2 left saying March. But with that said, he's even doubling down on the third week of February, which is next week. So we'll know very soon what Nintendo's plans are. Now, does next week make sense? It actually makes perfect sense. It's sandwiched right between Mario Tennis Fever and also Pokemon Day at the end of the month. So if it doesn't happen next week, it's 100% going to be in March. Well, actually not 100%. It could be in March. It could be in June at this rate. Who knows? It's Nintendo we're talking about. But I don't know, man. I'm not feeling this month. Something about it just doesn't feel right. You know, Nash is like the only one hearing about this happening in February. I could easily see next week come and he'd just say, hey, remember that one source that was saying March? It looks like he's the one that's correct, you know, if it doesn't happen. So I don't know. I don't really feel good about this right now. Also, our 100% reliable leaker, Nate the Hate, hasn't heard anything. Now, he hasn't denied of Direct happening this month, but he also said he hasn't heard a thing about it, which is never a good sign. I mean, every single time he said this, it's almost always meant, yeah, no Direct this month. What makes me even more suspicious on this is we have never gotten a partner showcase in the same month of a general Nintendo Direct. Almost every single time, in fact, every single time Nintendo did have a partner showcase, they never had a general Direct because it replaced the Direct altogether, and we'd have to wait another month or so until the next actual Direct. The only situation we've had was in 2020 where Nintendo had a partner showcase combined with a Mario 35th anniversary showcase. So perhaps there's like a Zelda anniversary Direct next week instead of a general, and the generals hold it off until March. I can see a lot of people liking that still. But yeah, I don't know. It's just not adding up. But this is the same Nintendo that decided to have like the weirdest 2 weeks in a row with presentations. At the end of August, they had a Nintendo Museum Direct on August 19th of 2024. And also, literally a week later, they had an Indie World Showcase plus a Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase combined, which is the first time they've ever done that on August 27th. So yeah, Nintendo is very unpredictable. But if I were to put all my coins in one prediction, I'd say March just makes the most sense from what I've heard so far. I mean, I would love a Nintendo Direct next week. I absolutely would. And I know a lot of you guys are probably bummed out to hear that, but I gotta be a realist, you know, I gotta keep it real. As much as I want to see the next 3D Mario, next as I want to see more information on Splatoon Raiders and even Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave and what else Nintendo's been cooking up for the rest of this year, I think it's not going to happen until at least March, but hopefully it's not any later than that. But I'll say this, Nash, you're putting your whole reputation on the line with this one, so I really hope for your sake that you're right about this, but also I'm really just hoping that Mario is in fact coming, even if the Direct, like I said, isn't for another month or even 2 months or even 3 months. If the next Direct does have the 3D Mario announcement, I will be one happy lad. But let me know in the comments down below what you think of these rumors. Do you think we're actually going to be getting a Nintendo Direct next week? Do you think we're going to be waiting until March or maybe even later? Do you believe any of Nash Weedle's rumors here? I don't know. Let me know what you think. But thank you for tuning in. I'll have Mario Tennis Fever content for you relatively soon. But yeah, I hope you all have a blessed day, and I'll see you in the next one. See you guys.